have started it. He's like, just start it, and then he fucking walks away, and I don't even
Hola, yo tengo buenos dias, Shithouse episode 4.
I have a good day, Shithouse episode 4.
Hola, me llamo tengo buenos dias, Shithouse episode 4.
You're fucking dumb, dude.
Quattro.
Alright.
Well, first topic.
First topic is, drum roll, please.
I mic doesn't pick it up.
You know, I had to stop fucking this girl.
Yeah?
I could have sworn I brought my good microphone, but I didn't.
Every
What are you guys
time
talking about?
she was in my bed, like, she made my whole bed smell like fried chicken.
What was her skin color, Matt?
Yeah.
That is not pertinent to the conversation.
Answer the question anyways.
No, it's
Sounds
not.
pretty pertinent.
No, it's not pertinent to the conversation. The real.
I don't.
No, it's because
It will be.
She worked at a deli. Okay, jeez.
Yeah, KFC is not a deli, Matt. Hate to correct you there.
It was the Publix deli.
Bro, Publix fried chicken.
Pretty
That's
good.
me giving it. I did a snap fingers and a thumbs up that you couldn't see.
It's pretty good.
No, I heard it.
Yeah, but you couldn't see it.
I heard. We all knows what follows a snap when talking about Publix chicken. We all knows it.
What follows the snap?
Finger guns. He just fucking said it.
You're retarded.
You just did it. Didn't you hear it?
I just did it and then
heard the
explained it.
I heard the snap. I wasn't listening. I'll be honest.
Okay. Whatever, dude.
So my headset microphone was sounding kind of funny, so I'm using another microphone that I draped a microfiber cloth over.
Sound much better.
It sounds better, yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds a lot better.
It's a
We
good
have
mic.
to test. Yet I need you to cough really loudly into your microphone
All right, yeah.
and see if it peaks. Oh my
No,
god!
it doesn't clip out. We can just hear him
Don't-
cough. That's terrible.
Yeah, don't-
Stop that.
No, that's. I prefer.
I like it
that.
when your
I
mic
don't use
glitches
my
out and
ears.
makes it sound like you got shot in the head. It's a lot more amusing, for sure.
All right, Steven, pick a topic. Let's go. All right, I had one.
Spin the wheel. Yeah, yours was about a black woman who smelled like fried chicken.
You don't know she was black. I never said she was
We
black.
listen.
I know.
We know she was black,
There's
and
no.
not because of the fried chicken.
Well,
Yeah, it's because of your chronic
It's because
jungle
of your
fever.
racist attraction.
my racist attraction.
Your racist attraction.
How is it racist? How is it racist?
Because-
I am affirmative action incarnate.
Because people like you,
I'm giving them a leg up in society.
you're the reason that that the purity of the white race is being exterminated.
Yeah.
I
Weren't
am
you were on that
literally-
Race Trader website.
What?
Yeah, race. race
Yeah.
trader. I love that. That's a thing that like that people really think that, you know.
Oh yeah. The coal burner.
You're betraying
The coal burner.
betraying
Website.
white people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dude, the incel website. You guys been there?
There's an incel website. What's
There's
an
a couple.
Yeah, 'cause
incel?
their
What do I need to
subreddit-
type in?
Both of their
I'm going
subreddits
to
I think got banned
incel.com.
because they started talking about how women owe them sex
I feel
to
like
the point where like rape is
incel.com is just
justified.
like an FBI honey trap.
It didn't load anything, so they're gonna send people to Barcelona or something. That's where my VPN
Oh, 'cause
is
your
heading
VPN.
to.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Willkommen der Shithouse, according to the fact that 2 of our downloads. By the way, we had 4 downloads for the podcast, and 2 of them were in Germany. So
Downloads on Spotify.
Downloads.
yeah, downloads.
That's dope. Thanks, guys.
So yeah,
Uh,
if you guys want to
Keep it
support the
up.
podcast, buy our
I don't remember
merch.
consenting to
Yeah.
being put on Spotify.
We're gonna have
I
t-shirts.
don't
made
remember
up.
ever Yeah,
With
if
some
I
of your-
ever
with
gave
some of
any
your favorite
impression that I gave a
shithouse-
shit about consent at any point,
That's
I
I
want you
looked
to
up
know that that was a
shithouse and
mistake on your part.
I can't find it. There's
that's
a
gonna
lot of
be.
shithouse.
We're gonna put
I
that
feel like
quote
we're
that
none of these.
Steven just said on a T-shirt, and we're gonna sell it for the low price of $45 a piece. I mean, podcasts don't grow on trees.
Yeah, no, we're not. There's no plan. So
You only
but
have the
I do
first
appreciate
episode.
that somebody downloaded.
Yeah, I do
this.
only
That's
have the
neat.
first episode because it's $12.99 to a month to upload the
You
other
have
episodes.
you have to pay to
You have to
upload shit
pay
on
to upload, yeah.
Spotify.
No, I pay to upload my shit to an RSS feed, which puts it everywhere.
Which disseminates it to like Spotify and Apple and all that.
All of it.
Oh,
iHeartRadio. We're going
the big-
worldwide, Hunter.
are we?
Global, yeah. We're making a difference.
I like how the description of the shithouse is just the shithouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put a lot
Right.
of
I
thought
guess that's
into
the art. That's the artist name. The podcast is called the shithouse by the shithouse, and then there's the about section.
Yes.
Yeah, man. And we got the downloads in Germany, which is cool. It's probably because
It's probably somebody's VPN.
the Holocaust jokes that we were making last time.
Was
Did we
that
make a
was that in the
Holocaust joke
first
last time?
episode?
No, that
remember?
was in the third.
was the third
So
episode.
they don't even know. You guys are gonna be so excited when you
Yeah.
hear this.
Yeah, when you
hear
watch the
this
last
in
episode and then
in
this one.
episode 4, which is gonna be
We should just. I'm just gonna pull up the third
Before
episode
you
and
listen to
play it over
episode
this,
3.
and we're gonna like comment on it.
Yeah,
Director's commentary. Oh, this is the part where
we'll do
This
that.
is the
Every
last
other episode is
podcast.
gonna be the
this is the part where
previous
Hunter
episode
pulled
and then
something out of
talking
his
about it.
ass.
This is the part where Hunter said that all Holocaust movies are comedies. that
Well,
That's a good one.
was
I love
I
it.
like that.
I think that's basically comedy. Is you take
The
a
Hol-
yeah. No, you take something that's like people like take seriously, and you're like, no, this is actually funny, and now you're a comedian.
You take something that people can't joke about and then go, but it's actually funny.
Exactly.
And if you don't like it, then too bad. That's how
Cancer.
you stick. They stick it to the liberals. You make cancer jokes. Speaking of cancer, Norm Macdonald, my man, my personal friend.
Friend of the podcast.
Yeah, that's a Cumtown bit.
We were gonna have him.
To say that it's a friend of the podcast.
No, it's a podcast bit.
You're
You've
stealing it.
listened to one podcast.
Right.
You have listened to one podcast. And
I've
you
listened to
fucking like
one podcast and I've attributed everything I know.
And you're
I
like,
listened to a little bit
let's
of
do,
Marin. I
bodily
listened to a little bit of
function
Marin.
and put an abode behind
No,
it.
I
and
came
we'll
up
make
with
that.
Shithouse before. I came up with Shithouse before I knew what Cumtown was. This Discord was named Shithouse before that.
true. I was there. I was the first.
First in the shit house.
Hmm
Yeah, it's pinned. It's a pinned message.
So that it is, just so people know. By the
Yeah.
way, Cumtown's been around 5 years. I thought of this Discord 2 years ago, but I swear to God it was before I heard about this.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Do you regularly find
I
out
don't know-
about things
I don't know if you're
upon
trying
creation,
to.
Matt?
I don't know if you're trying to accuse me of something, but you
I'm not
know
accusing
that
you of
I'm.
anything.
You're like making an implication when you know exactly when I discovered
I'm bringing
Cumtown
up
because I shared it
an
with you.
argument. I'm bringing up points that some of our listeners might be able to make about it. You know,
I don't.
wanna-
I'm
I
sure the
wanna
guys in
address-
Germany
I don't
really
talk
give a
to them.
shit
I wanna
about
get
what
ahead
came
of
Do you
first.
hear any of them talking right now?
I wanna
They
get
listen
ahead of
to
the
me.
controversy. I want to be
I don't-
ahead of
I don't care.
any kind
I
of
just don't
potential
care.
issues, copyright infringements.
If they want to accuse, I don't care. I really just I don't. That's fine. I do enjoy Cumtown. I stopped listening to it when I decided to do this because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't gonna be subtly, I don't know, like stealing shit from them.
Like subliminal.
Because I don't want to just do what they do. They have their thing and it's damn good. But yeah. What was I saying? Norm Macdonald's dead. That's really sad. We lost
Yes, he
Norm
is.
Macdonald. We lost Sean Locke. We lost
We.
Trevor Moore. It's sad. It's been sad last month.
Might be too soon. I never thought Whitest Kids You Know was that funny. But
Revisiting it,
It's like any
recently,
sketch show. There's hits
it's-
and misses.
yeah, there is. Yeah,
mostly misses.
Have you watched every single sketch that
they
they've
have
done?
they have
Matt?
a lot more bangers than I remembered them having. Diving into it a little more, they got some really killer bits.
No, they do actually. I was being a little.
They're
harsh.
really funny dudes. And then like they
I was
started
thinking
doing
of
their.
Nail Gun. Like Nail Gun, I never thought was like peak.
Nail
I never understood the
Gun.
popularity of Nail Gun.
No,
Yeah.
Nail Gun is, in my opinion, a solid swing and a miss. But
But no, they started doing they're really funny too because they were like playing Dungeons and Dragons on their YouTube channel, and Timmy was the only one who actually like knew how to play, and he like barely explained it to them, and then they just dove into it, and at one point like Trevor on his turn was like lost and separated from the group, so he's like, I call Sam on my phone, like as part of his turn in Dungeons and Dragons. In the medieval game or whatever the fuck in the Middle Earth style thing.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
I like how
That's-
you not understanding
that's my
Dungeons
greatest-
and Dragons are trying to explain how they didn't understand Dungeons and Dragons.
I understand it more than they do.
Fair enough.
I never tried to call anybody on a cell phone.
Yeah, you hear. You know, he could school you in Dungeons and Dragons trivia.
Yeah, no, Steven would be there at the table like, actually, you can't do that.
No,
watch out.
I got tired of playing with you guys when you
That's against
started
the
trying
rules.
to pick up chicks, which is just you flirting with Joe when he was the dungeon master. I got fucking tired of
That sounds
waiting on that.
self-explanatory.
It's just like
You don't want to fuck
he got
Joe.
like
Was
separated
Joe?
from
Did
the-
Joe ever play a human woman?
Joe was the
I don't
DM,
remember.
so he was.
No.
He's every
I get that.
character.
He's any.
Yes, I understand that. Of the women that Matt flirted with, were any of them ever?
I'm pretty sure most of them were.
What race
I
were
don't
you
know.
in the
Half
game,
elf.
Matt? Were any of them half elves?
No.
Uh huh.
What does this mean?
They were black, huh? Weren't they? No, it was like we went to this town. We just had like a fight or whatever in this
Yeah.
cave, and then we got out and we went to this town to like chill. And then we were all like,
Let me.
okay, like I go to the hotel and I pay for a room and like go to bed.
Hmm.
And then Matt's like, I go to the bar. And then I look for attractive women or some shit. And then Joe's like, okay, you see like fucking a chick at the end of the bar. And Matt's like, I go up and say like,
You
"Here's-"
smelled like fried chicken.
No, to be fair,
The ultimate bed and breakfast.
to be fair, that was a bit that started before you came in, and I mostly
It wasn't
started,
it wasn't a
the
bit to
reason
me.
why-
Maybe it's because you were doing it before I got there, but
Yeah.
it was just me listening to you uncomfortably hit on Joe. And again, like as amusing as it was at first, when
Yeah.
it went for like 10
Dragged on.
minutes,
Mhm.
I was ready to like play Dungeons and Dragons and not listen to Matt roleplay trying to fuck Joe.
Yeah.
That's
That
how I
Joe
felt
like
sound-
well,
uncomfortably rolling the dice and then deciding what her response is.
which made me that's what made me laugh. But the reason why it started was because all the combat encounters like would bore the living shit out of me. Not because
I love the combat.
the combat is good, but not when you're playing with fucking Alex, because Alex, not twitchy. Alex
Yeah.
would sit there and he would go, "Oh, well, I want to do this," and it's like, "Well, you can't do this due to this rule." Well, according to this rule, like I can do up there and do that. Well, can I like?
Oh.
Because he was playing. What's the one that can fly? The
Bird?
What-
I don't know.
Arakaka?
I don't remember what the fuck they
Arakaka?
are.
Akrakaka.
What
Somebody
fuck are you
correct me in the
talking about?
comments. They
Bird.
there's there's a bird person
We have a bunch of angry German Dungeons and Dragons players correcting.
Ah,
They probably call it something else, like Luftenperson.
You'll only recognize it because of their weird, like, symbol that means two S's,
Yeah.
and then the swastikas that they type with all the time.
Yeah, and
It's
a full
weird, like,
paragraph.
how other countries have different keyboards, you know?
Yeah.
Like, on the German
There's-
keyboard, they have the swastika, and then they have the S,
Henku?
and then they have...
They have that instead of a hashtag
Yeah.
or a pound sign if you're old school. No, but anyway, he would just sit like every Alex turn was 12 to 15 minutes, and it was just fucking brutal.
He was one of those Holocaust, realists.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Where they were like...
you got to doubt the narrative sometimes, you know. You know why?
Like, yeah, no, I'm not saying it didn't happen and that it wasn't terrible. It's just like, there's no way that it was that
it
many.
happened.
It's like,
There's no way it happened.
It's like, based on what? I don't know. I love, like, the strangest things that people cling to when they're making like flat earthers and stuff. They take like the weirdest thing and go, well, this
Oh.
doesn't make sense. And all it means is like they don't understand the concept at all. Like water seeks level. Water seeks being level. That's like a thing that they say all the time.
Yeah,
It took me a while. It took me like a few times hearing that to understand what they meant. It's like water wouldn't be curved because it seeks level. They don't get that it's like that's totally just not. It's like just a complete misunderstanding of what a globe is and like how gravity works.
You see the video of the dude that set up like a simple test to prove that the Earth was flat?
Yeah, that one that went
Yeah,
viral
with the
where they got like a good distance away. What I don't get to is it's like if that was the case, you would be able to see Europe and Africa from the East Coast, would you not? Because they say
no.
that shit going over the horizon, it's perspective, right? They say
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
just
go over the
getting
horizon;
too-
it just
well, it's
gets
getting
too small and you
Yeah,
can't see it.
you can't
But
see
can't you
anymore,
like
so
do the
that
math
that
on?
zooms it out, huh?
I mean, if there's if there's an Arctic wall,
Mhm.
and so you're at Daytona Beach, and you're facing east. There's land in full view. There's either Arctic wall to the north and south, and then there's all of Europe and Africa.
No, because you're not thinking about it right. Like the ships disappear after like 10 miles or so.
Right, because they get too small to
Right.
see.
Right. Well,
But the
then
land
you scale that up
is...
to 1,000 miles, and you wouldn't be able to see the land.
Yes, you would.
Why am I?
I'm
on
saying
the
you
side
could
of
do the
science?
math. You can do the math on an object and see like how wide it appears to be at a certain distance.
Do the math.
based on
Is
the
Flat
angle.
Earth still
I'll-
trending? We
I'll
gotta
fucking-
hold on. We gotta.
Let
we
me
gotta
bust
be
out
more
Microsoft
relevant.
Paint real quick.
We gotta be more relevant than this. This is
Well,
this is ridiculous.
speaking
I don't
of
give a
flat
shit.
Earth, I'll do you one better.
What's trending on
You
Twitter?
heard of gigantic Earth?
No.
It's
So-
too small.
No. So
The
what we
conspiracy
call
is the
Earth,
globe is too small.
so what we call Earth is actually a crater on a much larger Earth. And the map of the moon is that Earth. The moon isn't real.
Okay.
It's giant Earth. And the planets that we see, like through telescopes, what we planets,
Mm.
those are reflections of the sun's light in other craters from gigantic
How
Earth.
do we explain their retrograde
The
movements? Like,
yeah.
like relative to us.
Mhm.
That was one of the
Maybe
biggest.
Maybe he explained it. Don't know. I stopped watching once it was like a 30-minute video. Multiple parts after that.
Is
Stopped
this one
watching
of those
15 minutes.
stupid ass like those SCP videos and shit,
Maybe.
where it's just
But-
people
I like
like
SCP stuff.
I don't know. I don't like it.
The thing with the gigantic
Why don't
Earth
you
is
like
that
SCPs?
it's fully mapped now.
It's just
With
all
all the
like
superhero nations having fucking bases everywhere.
The videos I don't like. I like SCPs.
maybe that's it. I don't know.
Where it's like
someone
where it's
was
like some
watching.
guy. It's like SCP-057
Yeah, and
removes
it's
every
like,
cock in a 6-mile radius.
yeah. I mean, it's always something like
come to
that. It's
be?
well, so like the
Yeah.
video I saw was it was I don't. It's a like a bug, and it goes like down your mouth while you're sleeping,
Yeah.
and then it breeds inside you, and then
Don't watch the videos.
it starts to like eat your brain or whatever.
Uh,
And then like one of the details was like it strategically avoids like eating the like it makes it so you're aware, just to make it like that much more like scary or whatever. Like you're aware the whole time.
yeah.
Like I don't know. It seems like extra.
The thing
It's
is,
like
the thing is that um, what am I trying to say?
see if
Oh,
that video said
they're all written by like just like you don't have to be
Random
anybody.
people.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to be anybody
yeah,
to write an
that's my
SCP.
problem with it.
And
I
then it
think.
has to be no, because it's still there's still like a vetting process, and then like everybody votes on the ones that are actually good and stuff like that. But there's nothing
I
dictating
don't think.
what you can and can't make a video about. So then people will be like, oh, that one sounds creepy,
Yeah.
and they do
I mean,
that one.
there's like
Yeah,
thousands of
maybe that's
SCP
I
stories.
guess that's not fair of me to judge all of them based on the one that I
There are
saw.
some good ones. There's like one. I don't fucking. There's like some classics, like the staircase.
Yeah.
I know Siren Head is one.
The
And
I
IKEA
don't
the
think
seen like
that
IKEA
was
that's like
references to that.
the
another
IKEA.
yeah.
That's one.
The
There's the one where the mirror one with the faceless, legless bodies that walk around in another dimension. That one's
pretty
good.
cool.
It sounded stupid with what I just said, but
No, I
Yeah,
know which one you're
that's
talking about.
yes, that's what I was thinking.
The one where if it's described to you and you're immersed in a body of water, like you get transported to where there's like something hunting you.
nope. Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't
like a
I
sound
was
rock.
trying. What I'm doing, I'm writing a spooky story right now because there's a buddy of mine who when we were in 29 Palms, we were out in the field and we got this. He was new to us at the time and kind of new to 29 Palms, and he hadn't heard. There's like a legend of Sergeant Wright, who I guess was left out there by his unit, which isn't true. There was one guy left out in the 80s. He was a lance corporal or whatever, and he just fucking died. But yeah, there's like this legend of Sergeant Wright, and what he'll do is like, what the other guys were saying is that the legend says what he'll do is he'll come up to your position when you're on fire watch, so everyone's asleep and you're just walking around, making sure no one comes in, and someone will come up and be like, "Oh shit! Like thank God! Like, yeah, my unit left me, and I was wandering and I got lost, and I just like I could really use some fucking water or something." Like he tries to get you to let him in, right? And then if you let him in the pause, then like the next day, the unit will just be gone. Like there's gonna be the trucks and the gear and shit will all be there, and like everyone's just gone. And so I started like ad-libbing a spooky version of that because this dude, he's a corpsman attached to us. He was getting uneasy with us just talking about that, like just explaining it, not even telling it like a spooky story, just explaining it like I'm explaining it. And I saw how much it was bothering him, so I was like, "No, dude, what's gonna happen is tonight, and it's already like nighttime and it's dark out and shit." I was like, "What's gonna happen is tonight, what you're gonna hear someone calling for a corpsman, and you're gonna wake up." And you're gonna look around, and no one else is gonna seem to have heard it. But then you're gonna hear it again. You're just gonna, get up and try to go help this person. You're gonna go out into the night, and you'll see a red lens in the distance because we use dim red lights in the field, so they're not visible from a distance, And you'll see this red light in the distance, and you'll see it like waving, and faintly hear someone calling. And you'll go further out, and the closer you get, it's not waving anymore, but you can still barely see it. And then when you come up to it, it's just on the ground. The light's just on, just sitting on the ground. And then you're going to realize that you have no idea where the fuck you are. And like, he was getting all freaked out. So I'm writing that into a more defined story to send to him. I'm going to ask another buddy of mine, like, when they're going to the field next, and just send it to him the night before. So that he reads it. Because he was really freaking out about
I mean, he doesn't have to read it.
Well, he won't know what it is.
He's gonna read it.
He's gonna read. He's gonna read it.
He's gonna read it.
I mean,
But yeah,
I've never been
I've
so
got
sure
it.
of anything in my life.
I've got it pretty well done so far. It's he wakes up and like hears somebody calling for Doc. I've made an effort to mention that like the voice kind of sounds familiar, but he can't quite figure out who it is, you know. And then yeah, the light looks like someone's waving, and then he goes further out, and then the light is just it looks like it's on the ground. Then he goes up to it, and right as he like goes to pick it up, it dies. And then he tries to open it to see if the batteries are fucked up, and there's no batteries in it. And then, what else? I got some neat little details in there to try and spook him up. Then he realizes, like, he forgot his light. He brought his med bag with him, but he forgot his light. But he has, like, a dim glow stick, like the ones that we use in the field. And but it was broken a long time ago, so it's dimming. Then he's holding it up to the light, to the red lens, to try and get it to work. And he sees that there's a name inscribed on the side, and the name is Sergeant Wright, you know.
Nice.
And then I've now come to a
Nice,
point
full
where
circle.
I've got a neat plan where what I have actually written out so far is that like he just read that it says Sergeant Wright, and his mind kind of like at first he's really scared, and then he starts thinking level-headed. He's like, this is like a well-known thing, you know. First of all, Sergeant Wright isn't that uncommon of a name, and like I'm sure Marines inscribed that shit on their shit just like as a joke, and you know, also like there's no way he's gonna get left out here. He couldn't have gone that far if he yells for help. Like, you know, someone's gonna find him. So what I have now is he just called out for fire watch. What I'm gonna do is, or what I'm thinking, I don't know, you guys tell me what you think, is having like he just yelled out like fire watch, like he's realized he's kind of lost. He doesn't know how far away he is from the position, but he calls out, and then someone's gonna come up and be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like people are trying to sleep, you know, like it's one of the fire watch guys, and he's gonna be relieved and walk with this guy for a while. And the guy's like, yeah, you know, the pause is this way, and then you know, they'll walk and talk for a little bit, and then somewhere I'll drop that like it's Sergeant Wright that he's walking with. And then when he like looks around in panic and looks back, the dude's not going to be there. And now he knows he's like actually far as shit, has no fucking clue where he is.
Not bad.
I just don't know how to end it.
That's it.
Just that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing some kind of thing where like
I think no resolution is the best kind of resolution to a ghost story, honestly.
yeah, leaving it open ended. Maybe he just realizes the dude is Sergeant Wright, and then he looks around, looks back, and the dude isn't there. I don't know.
They're like walking towards something. He looks at Sergeant Wright and then looks up and there's nothing, and he kind of looks over and there's nothing, and then bam, it's over.
I want it to be definite that like there's no hope for him. You know? I was kicking around having it be like
There is no hope for you. Boom.
just have that be the end. There
Yeah,
was no hope for him. The end. I was kicking around having it be like he decides to just bed down where he's at and wakes up the next day and doesn't know where he is and can't find his unit, and then like he's out there for a while, you know. And basically he dies of exposure after, or you know, the normal amount of time.
No, I think that's what I mean.
But
though.
then,
I think that's...
but then cut to like the perspective of somebody in the unit, and they just wake up it's the next morning, and the doc is like 200 meters away, and he's dead of like dehydration. So like his whole experience really just happened, you know, in the one night. But he went through the whole, you know, actually believing he was left out there and then trying to make his way back and dying of dehydration.
I think that's interesting. I like that concept, but I think the story needs to be lean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're dealing with somebody that gets scared by ghosts, so you know we want to kind of hold their attention.
It's definitely a different
small words.
Like versus the first spooky story that I wrote. This is definitely a different one. Like writing it for somebody, you know.
Personalizing it.
Yeah, like I'm writing it with this dude in mind to like freak him out.
With intent to scare
Yeah.
him.
I'm always surprised whenever I run into somebody that's like afraid of ghosts.
He's not even like that kind of person, you know.
Yeah.
It was just nighttime and you know
Yeah.
it's the field and he was just bothered by it. He's not he's not one of those people that's like you know thinks that I'm going to anger the ghosts or whatever by telling those stories. He was just like getting spooked up a little bit.
The people that are like worried about like you like stirring up bad energy.
That's the plot of Insidious 3, bro. That's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
That movie that I saw.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
I saw The Nun. Which,
I went.
Is that in the same universe, or is that in the same
I
universe?
I think they all
universe. There's a fucking extended horror movie universe.
Well, I think
which series has Patrick? What's his name? He's in Insidious. Hold on. I want to make sure that it's Insidious and not like one of the other ones. What Insidious has a demon, right? Insidious film series. Yeah. The Nun's part of Insidious. Which is a shit fucking movie too. You guys there?
And yeah, ran into a girl in the game who was close to where I lived.
You just cut out.
And we like hit it off, and then we were like, Jurassic World had just come out, so I was like, you know, I was still in high school. Jurassic World had just come out, and we kicked around like going to see it, and so she was like, "Yeah."
This is during the game.
Yes, and
it's
so
like round 14.
Yeah, so then like I messaged her after, and like I was smart about it. Like I didn't have a car, and I told her to pick me up from like a nearby place. I just said like, oh, I have to go do something here, and then you can pick me up from there, you know, because I didn't want to give her my address. And then I was thinking like, it's a win-win. Either I hate her, but I still get to I get a free ride to Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Or you know, maybe she actually is cool and we hit it off, which you know, unlikely.
Yeah.
But really, I honestly
I just wanted to watch Jurassic World, man.
I was like really
somebody during a movie, like.
And that movie wasn't great when I eventually watched it. So anyway, we show up. We didn't plan this like at all. She was like, "Oh, I'll be like around this time." And I was like, "Oh yeah, just pick me up from here. I'll be at this place." And she picks me up, and she's incredibly fat. She is tremendous. And she has like a little car, and it's like
she's bulging from the crease,
just accentuating her dimensions. And
it's oozing out of the car.
So we go to the theater, and
it's very progressive of you, Hunter.
It's one of those ones where like immediately I'm looking at the road the whole time. Like I can't look at her.
Am I right?
I can't look at her to talk to her. You know, like I'm uncomfortable looking her in the eye. Because
uncomfortable looking upon her visage.
Not because she's like, it's not like
as her
so
folds
fat I can't look at her, but it's like
flow down
she's
her.
Also like just immediately the way she's talking, it's like I don't know.
Fuck up.
It's just like cringy and so we go there. And I think like when I got in the car too, I realized like I saw that she was definitely like a few years older than me, and I realized how strange it was that she did this, that she was okay with this. It's funny that like I was doing it.
Was she about to get her statch on?
I think so. Yeah, I think she would have been getting her stats on. I think I was under 18, but yeah. So we get there
I got good
and
and stashed.
they're like, oh yeah, Jurassic World is sold out. And I'm like, God fucking damn it, like this.
Take me back.
Like the one thing I got in the car and after a while, like was just sick of being around her. And then I
This is
was
the
like, oh,
one thing.
but at least, yeah, at least I get to see Jurassic World.
Oh, thank God.
And then we get there and yeah, it was sold out. And we were like, oh, I guess we could watch something else. And Insidious fucking Chapter 3, dude, was playing. And we watched it and I didn't speak or react the whole time. Okay, I did I did react once.
I remember
When
you talking about
so
this movie.
the plot of the movie is it's a girl lives with her dad. They live in a small apartment. It's struggling single father, you know, and she's like
Patrick
late
Wilson.
teens. Huh?
Patrick Wilson, that's his name.
Is it?
Patrick Wilson is in The Conjuring.
No, yeah, he's not
No.
in this one.
He's in Insidious.
Not Chapter 3.
Okay.
But yeah, he is in both. I think he's like the connection in the universe there. But
Yeah, because he showed up at the end of The Nun. I was like, what?
but
All right.
that dude's got it made, bro. He just shows up and just is concerned for women for 15 minutes and then. But yeah, so the single dad, fucking, you know, he's struggling, and they have some dialogue at the beginning where it's like, you know, it's something about her mother's not around, so he's struggling to do whatever. And she, I don't know, I can't remember who the fuck she talked to, but she talked to somebody spooky and was like, do you ever feel like someone's trying to like contact you from the other side or whatever? Because she was asleep in her room and heard like a noise and thought maybe her mom is trying to talk to her. Her dead mom is trying to talk to her by being a cockroach in the ceiling or some shit. And the spooky person was like, well, be careful because when you call out to one of the dead, you call out to all of them. And so, of course, the next night, this, by the way, is what triggers the entire movie. She's laying in bed and hears a noise and goes, Mom? Mom? That's it. She's now called out to all of the dead and has damned herself. And so then she's at like, it's got a great scene where her and her friend just finished doing something. I think she was like a theater kid or something. And of course, she has like a sassy, like, I don't know, a sassy kind of friend. Like, and two
What's
guys
their
come
skin
out
color,
and are,
Steven?
no, she's not like that. Not like the sassy black friend, but like a Tumblr sassy.
Oh, okay.
And so there's
I get it.
a great scene where two guys come out and they're like, "Oh, fucking, I want to fuck you" or some shit. And she's like, "How about you go fuck yourself?" or something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I like somebody.
And then they're about to leave, and she walks out into the street and sees somebody, like a figure down the street. And the figure like does a weird like arm horizontal and then only moving the elbow wave with the forearm like straight up, you know?
Yeah.
Like just arm straight out and
Like
just
the Queen's
only
wave.
elbow. Yeah, and she sort of like she's like confused and she kind of like does a little bit of a wave back and then gets hit by a car. And I bust out laughing so fucking hard in the middle of the fucking theater. And like sort of in the beginnings of my laughter, like I think I kind of expected everyone to have that reaction. And then after like a little bit realized I'm the only one making any noise.
My favorite moment like that in the theater is whenever I think it was, I don't remember who I was seeing at the time, but I was going out with some girl and her like cousin was in town and they were taking their daughter to go see a movie, and she was turning like 10, so they were gonna go take her to see an adult,
Yeah.
an
An
adult.
adult
movie.
film.
NC-17 rated movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we go to this theater. Where
You're a woman now.
Where my shoes are sticking to the floor. No, I'm just kidding. No, so she's like, we're gonna go see like a rated R movie, and they go and take her to see This Is the End. And
She was probably just confused the whole movie.
no, but it's like she's confused, right? Her and her like 8-year-old sister are confused, but there's like 3 or 4 adults with us that are like very not expecting this at all, right? And I think it's I had already seen this, and I told them before we go in, and I was like, "Oh, we're seeing this." And they're like, "Yeah, you know, for the kids." And it's somewhere around the scene where Jonah Hill gets raped.
Yeah.
And the Channing Tatum thing is where it finally lost.
Oh, where he's
Yeah,
like a gimp? Yeah.
Yeah. He's like licking.
Yeah.
He's humping Danny McBride's leg. That's about where the film lost them. But the whole time, dude. Like I would watch a scene happen and then immediately look to my right, like just like the whole time. Just like the most Karen faces you've ever seen in your life. It was amazing. I didn't even like the movie. I just was like, "Oh, this is good."
Yeah, I watched it again recently. Some of the guys were watching it, and I
It just tries like really hard.
stuck around.
I mean, it's Seth Rogen. I mean,
it's just one of those.
really
It's just
hard.
one of those things where like it clearly was a really fun time like to make,
Yeah,
and
they're just partying.
yeah, they're just fucking around. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
Like
It's
every
sort of
Adam
like
Sandler movie, he's just like, "Oh, let's get my friends together, and I'm gonna have a hot
yeah,
night."
he's just like, what if we do this, and then we fuck around for this long. And
Like 3 hours straight.
what if we were grown-ups?
Oh, dude, like what if
That's
we?
his pitch.
Yeah, you know how like we used to be kids, but now we're
Yeah.
not.
But now we have all
So
the
people can
responsibilities of
say
being grown up.
That we have grown up, and that'll be the movie. What's that noise?
I
a
never
remote
watched
makes?
Uncut Gems. I heard that was good.
I never saw it either.
Well, that's not an Adam Sandler movie. That's the thing. He's in it.
Right,
it's
but
not,
he's
you
in
know.
it. Yeah. No, I know he didn't write it.
Did you see Good Time with Robert Pattinson?
No.
That's a people loved that movie, and I thought it was pretty good. But like the whole movie is like Robert Pattinson acting like a goddamn fucking degenerate the whole time, and like no resolution. He's just a piece of shit the whole movie.
Nice. Yeah, that's my problem with BoJack Horseman. Is that I don't want to just watch this guy be awful all the time. Also, I don't think it's very funny.
It took a second for me to enjoy BoJack.
Yeah, he's just doing awful things. I'm pretty sure I stopped watching soon after he like tried to get with that one chick's daughter.
Yeah, that was brutal.
It's like what? Like why am I watching this? Like what? I don't know. It doesn't seem like I don't know. I mean, I guess there's maybe like a parallel between that and like There Will Be Blood, where he's sort of a despicable person. But
It's a statement piece, and I think that you're either in the mood to watch that or you're not.
well, I mean, I think the difference between that and There Will Be Blood is There Will Be Blood is like this journey of you get to see where that lands in, and BoJack is just basically floundering for what 6 seasons,
It takes too long, yeah.
and then eventually is like,
Going to jail.
you know what, things are looking better. Or whatever the fuck. I didn't even watch the end of
No,
it.
he goes to jail.
Doesn't he
Okay,
kill
good.
himself?
No. He
That would have
doesn't
been
do
great.
He
That would've
like
been- I
puts
would've
a
had
whole
more
shotgun down his horse throat and then just bam.
that. He doesn't even have to pull it with his toes because he can just fucking reach in there.
Yeah, that would be. I would have respect for that.
I would watch the whole show if that's how it ended.
What's
It's
his
also frustrating-
What's his catchphrase
it's-
in horsing around?
I wouldn't know, never seen it.
Fuck, I don't remember. I am a horse.
Why the long face? Ah, ah, ah. That's the whole thing.
Fuck, I don't remember.
Did we ever find out what pleading no contest means? Because
What?
I'm really amused. I don't know. I read a
Takes
thing about
2
like
seconds to fucking look
a
up.
Republican like senator or whatever that was like accused of sexual something with a 10-year-old repeatedly over whatever amount of time, and he pled no contest. And it kind of sounds to me like he's just like,
Pleading no
Yeah, it
contest
was-
means that you will be convicted of the crime, but you're avoiding a lengthy trial and you're not pleading not guilty. So, like, I don't know.
I like my definition better, where he's just saying like, yeah, it wasn't a contest. It was fucking easy. She's only 10.
Your Honor, my client
Your
says
Honor,
that
it was-
he did it, and he,
She fucking lost. It
and he
wasn't even a
pleads.
contest.
Who cares? We move to dismiss the charges.
She didn't even come, man. Like, why?
If it was a race, let me tell you, I won. All right. That's what I told Carl about losing my virginity. He was like, I think he was the first one I talked to like the next day. He's like, what happened, man? I was like, let me tell you, man. If it was a race, I would have won.
I got a mosquito bite on my balls from the night I.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's how you lost your virginity? Or that's what you're counting?
The mosquito.
I've still never
Just
had
slurp
sex,
it out.
but one time
Yeah.
a mosquito bit me straight on the nutsack.
Yeah, I'm not a virgin. I've been
He probably
sexually
penetrated
assaulted
me
by insects.
Straight to the sack.
It probably got some. It probably got some nut. So you know. See you, virgins.
You think he was slurping cum?
It's like half blood, half nut.
Imagine being that mosquito, being like, "Fuck yeah, dude! Better get some fucking." What the? The fuck
So
is
bitter.
this?
Ah.
Spitting,
Oh Jesus!
spitting on the side of your balls.
Fuck.
Oh God! He tries it again.
It's so awful, but it's so alluring.
Oh Jesus! I like where Hunter's trying to force this.
Hunter really wants
no,
it to
the
be a gay
mosquito-
mosquito.
And the mosquito
That's what I like
loves
about
it.
Hunter. He's always been the most progressive of the three of us.
Listen, I respect mosquito love.
It's not though. The mosquito's sucking on my balls, Hunter.
And I'm sure it loves it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be down there, Matt.
I would
Must
be
have been
really
pretty
amused by
musky
that.
that day.
Yeah,
to
he's like,
attract
he
it.
knows that there are other mosquitoes around, right? So he's trying to be like, oh my God, that's not blood. What the hell is that? And like keeps going back.
Man, what is this? What is
God,
this?
oh, this is gross.
You guys want to have a taste? You guys want me to share with you?
I mean, there's some blood in there, but it's definitely not like.
There's some blood, but
There's
hold
like
on.
an overpowering.
There's something else that.
No, we were outside, obviously.
Just
Naked?
Did I miss the context that you were fucking
Yeah.
outside, and then you got?
Well, yeah, that's why the
Mosquito.
mosquito's there.
Mosquito bite on my balls.
I just thought you brought it up, just cause. I mean, I'm naked right now.
It's not the first time I've had a mosquito bite on my balls.
It's the same.
How many
The
times?
same guy.
It's the same mosquito.
It's the same.
He's like, oh shit, again?
he's like
Maybe it was
the first time
maybe it was
he
just
saw
a
you.
one-time thing. Let me see if it does
like-
it again.
Well, wait, no, it can't be a gay mosquito because the only mosquitoes that suck blood are female mosquitoes.
Or women,
Dude,
yeah.
nice. Yes, dude.
That saves me. That saves me.
Fuck yeah, bro.
She, like the
Yeah,
first
dude.
time she sucked your cum from your balls and she lost you and she's just lost. She couldn't live. She was about to kill herself.
She's been
And she
searching,
saw you again.
No.
and immediately.
And it was like she's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Fucking
I wonder if I can make.
Oh, that was really good.
Was
That's
it?
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
That was
do
really
the
good. Now do her sucking
do
you.
when it lands on your balls. Nice. Nice. That was really good. That's a mosquito landing on a
We'll
on a
do
ball
that.
sack.
Dude, do you remember listening to Prairie Home Companion? And there was the guy that
Yeah,
did like all the fuck. Yeah, we'll do that, but like.
but only when it's the story.
Yeah.
We'll have Michael Winslow on as a special guest.
So a mosquito lands on his balls. and it lands and it just takes a big old slurp of his balls. And it says, "Oh, that's not blood."
You remember that shit too? That he would like, if someone was like coughing or something, he would do it. As soon as like he would interrupt the guy saying like,
Yeah.
he spat out his drink, and the guy would be like, "Bleh, ah, ugh," like in the background. It's like really excessive. Fuck. Oh shit.
Dude, the NPR shows, that's what got me through the ride to church.
Wait, don't tell me it was dope. Dude, I hated church so much. Did you get raped or what? You were an altar boy for a while.
No, I actually,
You were an altar boy?
yeah, I never did get raped. I was,
Did you want to?
no.
Did you feel bad that the others got raped and they
Yeah,
didn't
did
think
you ever
were
watch
attractive
someone
enough?
else?
Kinda.
Would you tell us if you did watch someone else?
I find it hard to believe that Father Bill didn't fucking rape anybody.
Didn't? You think he
His
did?
name was Father Bill.
Yeah, which is great because you probably raped kids. I don't know. I remember my first confession.
I remember my first raping.
Yeah, my first confession. I don't know. I was really really young. I didn't understand it. I didn't want to do it. And then I went in. And I didn't know. I was like confessing to
Yeah,
like
the priest was like, I don't got fucking 4 hours, dude.
yeah. It was like I was saying like dumbass shit like
I stole
fucking
the cookies from the cookie jar.
not even that. Like shit that isn't even wrong. That's just like not recycling a bottle or some shit. I don't know. Like I turned in my homework a day late or whatever the fuck. Like I didn't know what to say.
Which
I
is
didn't
weird,
have.
because
I
when
wasn't
you were a
carrying
kid,
this
you were
Christian
fucking
guilt
evil.
that. Yeah, no, I was an awful child, but I wasn't carrying this like Catholic guilt, and yeah, so I was just saying shit,
No,
and then
'cause that-
I let one rip, bro, like bad, like really really loud, and immediately started giggling like a madman because I was a child and I farted and that's hilarious. And I remember seeing through through the divider him like doing the sigh with the face in your
I
hands,
could
the
hear
like
your face going, yeah.
like just he just didn't want to be there so bad, like he wanted to leave. He did like a very deep exhale with his face in his hands while I'm just giggling my ass off. And like I know I'm trying not to. Like
Dude, I don't know.
that motherfucker snuck up on me.
You guys ever had like a thing where like you cannot fucking laugh? Like you're in a situation you cannot fucking laugh, and that makes it impossible to not laugh.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a regular.
That happened to me
that's a
like
very
2 or 3
common thing.
times whenever I was an altar boy, and I'm fucking sitting up there like
You're sitting there getting raped and you just start laughing.
I shouldn't be laughing.
Sorry, I know I
be
shouldn't be.
laughing,
I
I'm
know this
sorry.
isn't funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. Continue.
Okay, keep going. Well, because in 5th grade I was the same size as fucking a slightly older boy. No, I shouldn't be laughing. It's all right. I'm sorry. I was just thinking of something.
Yeah, imagine if a mosquito bit your ass after church and was like, "This tastes just like his balls."
That's the best part, is that like of this is that like I'm getting raped during church.
It's during
there's like a
we go to
there's
church
some period of
and you
time
get raped.
where like people just don't care like that it's happening.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you guys do communion. I gotta take care of something. Matt.
Yes, Father. Yeah. Yeah, child rape is funny.